Hey guys, Rob here again today. So I made a video a while back or a few days back, and I did my own spring in the mod that I did, and I had quite a few people ask me if I could show how I do make my own springs out of copper wire. So this video is going to be on how I make my own copper springs to make better conductivity, maybe get rid of magnets, get rid of the weak springs, and get yourself a nice heavy duty copper magnet so you can get that just a little bit better voltage drop on your mechanical mods. So okay guys, here we go. Here's the things you need. You got to have some, I'm just using 14 gauge solid wire for house wiring right here, little residential wiring, and that's all this is, little 14 gauge. Okay, you can get the white stuff, whatever color you want, it doesn't really matter, you're just looking for the copper wire inside of it. Okay, so you're going to need snips, a knife or razor blade like this to cut away the insulation, a pair of wire cutters or strippers, and I just use like drill bits. I got a whole bag of drill bits right here. So we're going to do it in for the King mod right here. We're going to put a copper wire in this. Alright, so we'll check to see what it's like. So let's break it on down here on the table. I'll show you what I'm doing. So okay guys, now we're down here on the table. So we got all of our stuff here, all of our parts, got our drill bits, our cutters and everything. So once again, I do this out of residential wiring, that's solid wire. Now I have built coils out of other things like electrical fence wire, stuff like that. It's pretty simple. Basically, we already got one wire in here, it's already ready to go. Now that's the reason why I like to use this wiring here, residential solid wiring, is normally if you got something you'd have to cut it. Okay, I just wanted to show an example that you can get stuff and make it, strip it all yourself. So you can basically just take it here on the table and we just cut away a little bit of the insulation here, and then we spread it apart. Pretty simple here. We'll just break it apart here. We can strip it. It's up to you guys. See, we get rid of that, and then we got the brown wrap for the electrical wire. And then you can take this wire right here. You can take any wire. If you got single wire here and it's solid, you can just strip all this. Okay, let's show you. You take these wire strippers and you can just sit here and strip yourself a piece like that, and just keep stripping it back and keep stripping it back until you get your desired length of the wire. But we're going to go ahead and just use this here because residential wiring automatically comes with a nice copper wire for your ground. Okay, and this is nice thick soft copper wire right here, and we're gonna, this is probably about, I guess about a foot. We got about a foot piece. We won't use the whole foot, and because I've noticed, and here's our King version 2 switch here, and basically what you do is the spring is going to go up inside of there. Okay, so we do want a decent spring size. We want to go from here to there. Just depends on where your spring's sitting at now. You want to get the right size for the spring. Okay, so basically I take a drill bit and I just kind of check to see what size I need for the spring to be. Now that's a little bit too big there. We just keep on going until we get the right size wire here, because our spring is it's going to be pretty beefy. So see what we got here. We want to get one as close as possible. So there we go. This one will work real nice. Okay, it won't fall through. So okay, let's use this. So alright, so basically I just take it and I put it on here, get it as wherever I can, because we will cut off the access because you can't get it nice and pointed. So I just put it around there like that, and then we're going to do 3 wraps with this. Now this is real tight. Just going to do 3 wraps. They don't have to look perfect right here. Okay. Well, let's do more because we got a longer area to cover. So let's do 4 here. So that's basically all I do right there. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and kind of compress it a little bit, get it nice and clean here. We take it off here, nice here. See, now you got a nice little spring here. I mean, that's all there is to it right there. Nice and beefy, thick spring. And we might have got it a little bit too big. So yeah, I believe that is a little bit too big of a spring there. So we'll just cut this here off. Okay, we do have to get a smaller bit here because that is some thick stuff. So we'll get this bit here. Let's go ahead and start wrapping it again. Like I say, you can undo that one and restart over, but I'm just going to start a new one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's going to be trial and error with this after that. So we'll go like about right there because we're going to wind up cutting some of this off anyway. Alright, so this, like, once again, this will be trial and error. So there we go. Now we got our little spring here, and basically what I like to do is we'll go ahead and snip off here because that's where it's nice and clean here. Let's go over here and let's go ahead and snip this one off first. So we just clip that piece there off. And then I like to do the opposite ends, so we'll go ahead and cut this one off. That way it all sits in there nice and flush. So there you go. Now we have our spring right there. Alright. And you can line it up, get it straighter, however you want to do it. Whatever you need to go inside your mod. And then we'll check this out here. Perfect fit right there. Perfect fit. And then we'll go ahead and throw this in there. And that's perfect. Perfect fit. It's a little bit tight, so let's go ahead and see, so that it's basically trial and error, and then we'll cut off some more here, and then we will cut off some more here. As you can see, you kind of want the notches, one on this side, one on this side, so it stays even with this thick copper. So then we'll throw that in there, fits good, and then we'll put that in there. So there we go. I believe that will work. Once we tighten down this here, it'll be nice fit. So then we tighten the pin down, and there we go. So that will be a nice little throw switch right there. And we can just adjust this a little bit to where we need it. And there you go. That's basically all you got to do with the spring. Now the spring will be a little bit stiff with this. This is nice little thick copper here. So let's go ahead and put it back in the mod. Tighten everything up. See what we got. So we got to adjust the pin on this. We do need to adjust the pin. Alright. So now that we got the pin adjusted, there we go. As you can tell, look at that. Nice. I don't think I had the RDA put on there, so let's tighten this all the way back down. We'll try it once again. Yeah, there we go. So there we go. Perfect little spring right there. Look at that. Nice. Now that does make the switch a little bit of a tighter push, but it's not bad. Okay, so you do have to put a little bit of finger into it. So let's go ahead and get some juice on there. Right now I'm using Fogsmith's Captain Crunch. Real good juice here. Tastes just like Captain Crunch cereal. I highly recommend trying out Fogsmith's e-liquid. Real nice e-liquid. Every time they got something that says what it is, it tastes just like what it says it is. So let's bring this back up. Okay guys, so that was the video on how I make my copper springs. It's pretty easy. All you gotta do is get some residential solid wire. I recommend using at least a 14 gauge so you get that good conductivity and a nice sturdy spring, so don't sit there and squish and get stuck and all that. You want to have a nice sturdy spring. So that's basically it. And as you can tell, you got to get something round. You kind of match it up with the hole or match it up with the stem of the switch, and that's what you wrap your coil around. You can be a little bit bigger if you got a bigger area. Some of the mods doesn't have that little hole, little cavity like the King does. This one did, so I had to get the right one. As you see, I messed up on the first one. It was too big, but we went ahead and got another drill bit and got the right size for it. That's all there is to it. You can wrap around drill bits. You can wrap around anything round that you can find. You know, little wood rods, whatever you want. As you can tell, it works perfect. Now the springs are a little bit tighter of a throw with the springs, but they work excellent. Better conductivity than what you're going to get with the little small weak ass springs or the magnets. I believe you get more conductivity with this than you will even the magnets. Definitely the magnets really got, to me, have a real low or have a higher voltage drop than just springs. Look at the vapor production of that. So there you go guys. I hope this helps you guys out. Once again, I have had a few of our fellow vaping followers that are subscribers ask me if I could show how I make my own springs, and that is how I make my own springs. And you can also do this. I do make them also out of like electrical fencing, so you get high conductivity because that's made for electrical, and some residential solid copper wire, at least a 14 gauge. Now the electrical fencing, if you want just a little bit of a weaker spring, I would go with that. If you don't like the little bit of a harder push, you can go with like the electrical fencing. It will make an easier of a throw for you, and you'll have some pretty good conductivity because that's what it's made for, is electrical fencing. Look at that, produces. So alright guys, once again I hope this does help you out, and till next time.